Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how I analyze different areas just to get a good feeling of if an area is a good place to invest. So today I'm going to be looking at Oldham, and what I'm doing here is just showing you what I do, my step-by-step process to be able to get a full understanding and about an area and whether it's a good investment area. So places I usually look are on the Office of National Statistics. So here gives you a lot of information about the area. And you can do this, you can break this down for so many areas, and it's really quite helpful and it's quite up to date. So average monthly rent, mortgage, buyers. This is useful, tells you what the house price changes are like in Oldham up to August 2024 here, and also shows you the rent. So as you can see here, it's a massive increase, but I think that's going to correct and it'll come down slightly to here. But overall, you can see this particular area is really good for rent. So that gives you an idea there. I also use a tool called property data. So what I've got here is property data, and I've done an analysis again of Oldham, giving you the population, households, etc. But what's useful here is we can look at like the asking prices, which is it's not really the asking prices is not something that we look at. We want to really look at sold prices. So we look at sold prices by the number of bedrooms. And you can see here, average is 139k for a 2 bedroom. For a 3 bedroom, it's 194k. I would take all this information with a pinch of salt. What you really want to be doing is actually looking at the old data, maybe going on Rightmove, looking at comparables to have a really good insight, because you might have on here a 2 bedroom that's the terrace in a different area, while you've got a 2 bedroom that's a semi-detached in a more affluent area. So it take this with a pinch of salt, but it's good just to give you an overall snapshot of a particular area. It gives you information about rents. This is quite useful because it tells you the rental turnover. There are ways of doing it manually, and I suggest that if you want to do analysis, it's probably better to again get onto Rightmove, look at how many properties are available on Rightmove, how many have actually been let, and that gives you a feel for how hot the market is. But it's again useful tool to have, but you don't always need to use paid tools. And that gives you again information about the average rents. You've got yields here. You've got also you can look at the various different the growth in the area. But what I use property data for is looking at the demographics. So you've got also things like Street Check, and you can use all these free tools. You don't have to use a paid tool, but I've got this tool and I find it useful, and it just gives me again a snapshot of the information that I want to see. So here it'll give you information about the demographic breakdown of different areas. You can have a look at education, you can have a look at age and political. So there's a lot of information there. So that's property data. I then spend some time actually looking at, articles, again, statistics, data, and I map this on Google My Map. So I have a look at this one here, for example, is looking at the regeneration in Oldham. So let's just have a look here. So we've got the new town centre park. We've got different plans for new homes in Oldham. So again, all really useful information that you can find online and you can plot onto a map. So you've got it at a snapshot. So as you progress and you're working in a certain area, you can say, right, these are the areas that I want to invest in. These areas here, maybe not so much. So it's just useful just to have your own way of analysing data and somewhere that you can go back to and say, right, yeah, I've seen a property in one of these areas, might not be the best for investing. I've seen a property in another area, Higginshaw Village, for example, might be something that we need to look at. So this, again, like I said, just a snapshot of what's available, but useful tool to help you analyse an area. You can't beat walking the street, actually get into an area. So for myself, I go to Oldham, go to the town centre, I walk around, see people, see what it's like. And again, I think that's the best way to do it. But if you're not in Manchester, obviously you can't do that. But if you are thinking of investing in Manchester and you're thinking, well, I need some help, then contact us and we can give you a hand.